Good morning. Morning. You're so quiet today. It's so cold outside today. If you're joining us in the middle of summer, take in that warmth. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off because last time these lights got kind of hot. So currently, what was it when y'all came in? It was like -1 on my car.
It's supposed to be 4.
Was it 4 degrees? Yeah, it's real cold. So if you're in the summer months right now watching this, enjoy your AC, maybe crank it down a few extra degrees. Imagine you're here with us, it's negatives. Hi there.
Hi.
Welcome in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Feel free to grab a chair back there. If you want to come on up front, that's welcome too. All right, let's start. Let's find our comfy seats. A little rock side to side. Feel your sits bones underneath of the body. Let your feet come to rest flat on the floor. Try to just take a moment, feel into the body. Notice the knees in front of the hips, the toes straight ahead of the knees. Let the hands come to rest on the lap. Allow the shoulders to stack above the hips. Maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes. When we take these first few minutes to just allow ourselves to fully arrive. Beginning to notice how we feel in the body, what our breath might be doing today, if we're breathing in through the nose, breathing in through the mouth, if it's a shallow breath or a deeper breath. And remember, there's really no need to change your breath right at this moment. I just want you to simply observe the rhythm of your inhales and exhales. And today, as we open our practice, I want to touch on the practice of Ahimsa. And if you've been with me in practice at any point over the last couple of years, this is a topic that I touch on periodically. Ahimsa is the first yama, and the yamas are part of the 8 limbs of yoga. And in my opinion, Ahimsa is one of the very most important yamas and points of our yogic practice. Ahimsa teaches non-harming and non-violence. And this includes how we treat other people. But it is also how we speak to ourselves, how we care for our own bodies. And in a world that can feel heavy or uncertain, practicing Ahimsa does not ask us to fix anything. It asks us to soften, to pause, and to meet this moment with kindness and restraint. As you sit here, consider what non-harming might look like for you today. What does Ahimsa, how does that resonate within you and your practice and in your life? Sometimes yogis can get a little bit of a bad rap because we tend to scoop up the bugs and take them outside and release them. But what is it truly that bug is doing inside of your space that is so bothersome? But granted, we're all allowed to have our little phobias. And I cannot say that I've never squished a bug that was inside the house. However, I am more prone these days to grab a cup or a piece of paper and scoop that little bug up and toss him outside. And it is a boy, he goes outside. And one of the very first rules as children that we are taught is to be kind. And if we can't be kind, then we say nothing and we do nothing. And I think in these uncertain times and in this unsettled world that we're currently living in, if we can do nothing else, we can be kind. We don't have to agree, we don't have to disagree. But by golly, we can be kind. So today, as we're in practice, what can Ahimsa look like for you today? Is it maybe choosing the gentler option? Is it taking time to listen more closely to your body? Perhaps it's allowing yourself to rest without guilt. So with your next few breaths, I want you to just silently offer yourself this intention. May I move with care today. Repeat these in your mind. May I move with care today. May I listen to my body. May I treat myself with kindness. Let that intention settle in as we begin our practice together. I'd like you to bring your hands to your ribs. Now, if bringing your hands out to your sides of body just doesn't feel good or available, you could cross your hands and just kind of let your hands rest at your rib cage. Okay. And you could keep your eyes soft here because I want you to really focus on your body. I want you to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Now, as you're breathing in through your nose, I want you to try to breathe into your hands, into the sides of your rib cage, and not notice just the front of your body, but also the sides of the rib cage. Breathe in. Feel that expansion. Breathe out. Good. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Good. One more time. Full breath in. And breath out. Good. Let's slide the hands up to opposite shoulders, crossing the arms across the chest. And we're going to move into a little bit of cat-cow. I'm going to turn just a little bit sideways here. And on the inhale breath, I want you to find a draw forward, lift your gaze, roll your shoulders back. Think about pulling your belly button forward. And on the exhale, tuck and round. Tuck your chin to your chest, hug your belly button in towards your spine, tuck your tailbone under. Same thing again. Inhale, pull the heart forward, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And exhale, tuck and round. Good. Inhale, breath, pull forward. And exhale, breath, tuck and round. Really think about the pelvis tucking under, the chin to the chest. Your spine is extending towards the back of the chair, back of the room. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, breath, pull forward. Think sternum to the sky, gaze to the sky, shoulders are rolling back. Your tailbone's tipping up, belly's pulling forward. One last time. Exhale, tuck and round. Good. Come back to neutral, shoulders stack over the hips, let your hands come to your knees. Now let's do that same thing. Let's use the hands that kind of help guide us a little bit. We're going to take the hands, slide them out to the knees. Inhale, pull the heart forward, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, breath, slide the hands back a little bit, hug your belly in, shoulders round forward, tailbone tucks under, chin to chest. Inhale, breath, pull the heart forward, lift the gaze, lift the tailbones, the hands slide back towards the hips. Exhale, breath, slide the hands forward, almost like you're trying to hold onto your knees and just let yourself round back as far as you can. One more time each way. Inhale, heart pulls forward, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, breath, tuck and round. Good. Back through to neutral space. Let those shoulders come back over top of your hips. Now we're going to move into some body circles. If you have vertigo or you have a tendency to get vertigo, just be really mindful of how this is feeling in your body, and then just, come back to a smaller circle, or just hang out in stillness with us for a couple minutes. So we're going to take the heart forward a little and then over to the right. We're going to go clockwise towards the back of the chair and then over to the left and back towards the front. So think about rolling through your seat, if you will. So you're rolling onto the left hip and then you're rolling on kind of the bottom of your bum, your thighs, and then over to the right, and then a little bit more onto the fleshy part of the bum. And we just keep rocking and rolling here, rolling in those circles. Good. Okay, maybe start to come a little bit smaller. And then even smaller until we're back into stillness. Good. Now let's go counterclockwise. So we'll tip forward, left, back, and right. And again, we can start kind of small and then start to go really big. I have a tendency to just go gung-ho. Let's go real big circles all the way as soon as I fly out of the gate. rocking through the seat, really noticing how we're connected. Take a breath in through your nose, breathe into your belly. And a breath out through your nose. Good, start to come back into that smaller circular movement until we come all the way back to stillness. Just notice how that bit of movement felt in your body. All right, let's start to warm into, let's move into a forward fold. If you wanted to, you could take your feet a little bit wider. And we're initially just gonna start out by hinge at the hips and bring your forearms to your thigh bones. You could clasp your hands at center. Now, if this is feeling good and it would be appropriate for you to do so, you could tuck your chin to your chest and let your forehead start to round down towards your clasped hands. Now again, if it were to feel appropriate, you could take your hands all the way down to the floor and let your head hang. And maybe as the head is heavy, you shake it yes, you turn the head for no. And then walk yourself back up, forearms to knees, continuing to let the head hang heavy if you've chosen that option. And remember, it's okay if you've chosen the gentler option today, right? And then all the way back up, bringing the hands back to the thighs, stacking the shoulders over the hips, and walk the feet back in. Good. All right, let's do some neck warm up. Right ear, right shoulder, and laterally to the other side, left ear, left shoulder. Ooh, notice that stretch along the side of the neck. I feel like I haven't been here with y'all in 2 weeks. I'm feeling it today. Come back through center, right ear, right shoulder. Feel that stretch on the left side now. Good, back up through center, left ear, left shoulder. This time, reach those right fingertips down towards the earth. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out. Good. One more breath here. Inhale. And on the exhale, return back to center, lifting through the crown of the head, right hand back to the lap. And now right ear, right shoulder. Reach out and extend through the left fingertips. 2 full big breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. Good, let's come back to center. Left hand comes back to the lap. We lift through the crown of the head. Shoulder rolls up towards the ears, down the back. Now, as we move into our shoulder rolls, really pay attention and notice what you're feeling. Like, is there a sticky spot on the right shoulder, like right about there? Notice what you notice. And maybe one shoulder feels different because you've had a surgery, or maybe at some point in life there was a tear, or maybe it's just a strain. Maybe all that shoveling of the snow, if you had to go out and do a little bit, is you're feeling it in the body today. Let's reverse the direction. Come forward. Good, and then let's take a nice slow back stroke one at a time. Right shoulder, left shoulder. This could feel a little saucy if you wanted it to. Good, all right. Shake that out if you need. All right, next up, we're gonna bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Okay, let's see where we're at. Can we maybe tap the elbows together in the front and then open back? And remember, we're bringing in as far as our body will allow. Maybe we aren't quite able to touch. Maybe the right shoulder feels a little better today and you can bring it across a little further. Or maybe we've got that tap happening. Let's see, can we connect the breath, an inhale and an exhale? And an inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Very good. One more time. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's find some football goal arms, cactus arms. Same movement. Inhale, breath brings it in. Exhale, breath to open. Inhale, breath. And exhale. Good. Try to find a little bit of resistance here. Imagining that you're moving through water or peanut butter, molasses, squeezing the snow between your arms. This was not good packing snow. I tried to make a snowball and it was no good. Good. Okay, let's release the arms down sides of the body for a moment. Maybe a shoulder roll or two to release any tension that maybe you've held on to. And then find seated mountain, palms facing in front of the body. Inhale, breath, sweep the arms up and over the head. Exhale, breath, hands float back down. Inhale, breath, circle, sweep your arms up and over the head. Exhale, breath, hands float back down. Good. Inhale, breath to reach. Okay, we're going to change things up. Turn your palms to face me. We're going to find a little bend in the elbows. Okay, now from here in this position, tuck your elbows to your rib cage. Almost like you're making a little mini snow angel. And then bring your fingertips back up and over your head. Good. Elbows tuck into the rib cage on the exhale. Good. Let's take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, tuck the elbows to the rib cage. Again, inhale up. Imagine that you were sliding your arms on the wall while you do this. So we're going to try to keep the forearms and the backs of the hands against the wall. Good, very nice. One last time. Good. I lied. One more. Inhale. Good measure. Exhale, back down. Very good. Let's bring those hands in. We're going to tuck the elbows tight into the rib cage, palms open. We're going to draw backwards with the thumbs. Inhale, open. Exhale, back in. Now, can you come back to opening practice where we were breathing into the rib cage? And can you notice your rib cage expand as we take the hands out? Inhale, feel the rib cage under your arm. Exhale, bring it back in. Try to really breathe big into the space of the ribs. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good, flip the palms over. Clear your desk. Swoosh and swoosh and swoosh. Now remember, this is moving this humerus bone, this bone in the top of your arm. And we are just trying to keep things nice and still. Good, you all got this. We've done this enough times. This is coming second nature now. Good. Good, 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 good. All right, very nice. Okay, let's shake that out. All right, let's do a little side bendy action. So first thing first, we're going to start with, let's start with our left hand. Let's take the left hand and maybe grab hold of the bottom of your chair. So you've got a little anchor. If you're at home and your chair has arms or if it has wheels, I didn't say this, lock your wheels so you don't roll off. You know who you are. Lock them in. Hand on the arm of your chair or hang on to the left side of your chair. Let's bring our right fingertips to our shoulder again. Now we're going to take a little side bend to the left so that we can stretch the right side. So big inhale, breath, reach that elbow towards the sky. And exhale, come back down. Good. Inhale, breath, lift. And exhale. Remember when I said I wanted you to choose the gentler option today? This would be the gentler option. Inhale. And exhale. So if that gentler option is best for you, I want you to stay here. If it feels like it might be something you would like to explore, let's take a bigger reach of the arm over the head. And on the exhale, find a cactus arm and come back. Good. Inhale, stretch the arm over the head. Think about breathing into the right side of your rib cage. Exhale, bring that arm back in cactus shape. Good. Imagine you're pulling a lawnmower maybe. Inhale, snowblower. Exhale, bring that arm back. Very good. This time, let's stay. Inhale and reach. Now, if it feels like it would be something you could do, you can take that left hand from holding the chair, bring it across towards your right thigh. Whew. And then again, if it would be okay in your neck, you could turn your gaze up towards your right elbow. Big breath in and full breath out. One more. Inhale and exhale, come back to center. Good. And just take a moment. Notice now what you're feeling in the right side of your rib cage compared to what the left side feels like right now. We did some work on the right side. How does the left side feel? Right hand to your chair, left fingertips to the shoulder. Full breath in and breath out. Left elbow towards the sky. Inhale, breath, come back. Exhale, reach up. Good. Inhale, breath. One last time on this gentler option. And remember, this side could be completely different than the other side. Come back. All right, here we go. If this is a good option, that left arm is going to go over the head. And we're going to exhale, come back to a cactus arm. Good. Inhale, reach the arm over the head. Exhale, cactus the arm. Good. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. All right, now we're going to take that longer hold. We're going to send that left arm over the body. Then maybe if it feels okay, right hand's going to send it across the lap to the left thigh. And then if it would be okay on the neck, we're going to turn the gaze up towards the left elbow. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, I'm very well aware you can't only breathe into one lung unless you only have one lung. And I want you to just imagine that you're breathing into your left lung here and expanding into the left side of the rib cage. Full breath in. And a full breath out. One more. Inhale. On the exhale, gently return back to center. The shoulders stack over the hips, the crown of the head over the tailbone. The hands return to the lap. Very nice. All right, before we start sun salutations, let's do a little brain games today. We're gonna go back, way back, and we're gonna go back to one of our easier ones because, again, it felt slightly appropriate today. Find your peace sign, and let's point to peace with the other hand. Okay, and then let's switch and point to peace the other way. Switch your hands. All right, so at home, here's what we're doing. We're gonna switch. We make a peace sign and then we point to it. Peace sign and point. Good. Peace and point. And peace and point. Good. All right. Y'all are pros at this one. Point to peace. Point to peace. And for the love of Pete, peace. Okay? Peace. We're all about this, aren't we? Like, let's make some peace in this world. Good. All right, so now I have a new one for you today. Don't hate me. All right, you're gonna stack your hands, one on top of the other, and fold all of your fingers in. Okay, your top hand, extend your index finger. Bottom hand, extend your pinky. Okay, now we're gonna switch this. So your top hand, extend pinky, and take the index finger in, and then bottom hand, yeah, you got it. We're going to index finger and then tuck your pinky in. Okay. I practiced and practiced and practiced this last night. I still didn't get it. Okay. Switch. So index on the top, pinky on the bottom. Yeah. Okay. Y'all are pros. These games are working. And then switch. And then switch. Yeah. And then switch. Why is the middle easier than the outside? And then switch. And switch. I'm trying to watch myself and I'm like, this is awful. Okay, so we just focus in and we switch and we switch and switch and switch. Yeah, all right. Switch, switch. Yeah, y'all are getting it. Yes. This one's challenging, isn't it? Okay, so the reason we do this is to build neuroplasticity in the brain. So this is one of the things that we can do. When we find something that the brain is like, what? This helps us to build new neural pathways in the brain. It helps prevent or help push off any signs of dementia, Alzheimer's, those things that none of us want to have to experience in life. So this is just a good way for us to do memory things. So just like doing puzzles, word puzzles, number puzzles, building things. And we talked the last time, like we tried to do, what was it? We were turning the toe one way and we were trying to draw circles with the hand or something. Like there was some, I forget what it was now. But those ones were really difficult. So that's just something we can do. Real quick before we move on, we're going to do finger taps. Okay, but today I want you to tap 3 times. So tap, 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 tap. Let's come back. Index tap, middle, pinky, ring, pinky. Okay. I'm going to throw some, we're going to take them out of order. So this is another one that can just kind of help us do some fun things. Okay, so we're all just kind of pretending we're at the typewriter, right? Y'all remember typing class, right? This generation currently in school, they don't have any idea how much fun that was. Everybody clickety-clackety and clickety-clackety and clickety-clack. It was fun. Okay, pinky finger. Yes, swipe that thing. Hey, get the white out. You had to put the little thing in and then white it back. Yes. Okay, so pinkies, index. Just keep tapping until I change. Ring, middle, pinky, index, middle, ring, index, pinky. I love the giggles. Middle, ring, index, pinky. Good. Nicely done. All right, let's come into prepare here for our sun salutations. Coming a little bit forward onto your chair so that you've got just a little bit of space. If this is your first time joining us for sun salutations for our chair yoga class today, I'm going to start out kind of again at that gentler option. You are always welcome to stay at that gentler option. We'll build and we'll take it up a little bit. And again, feel free to do what suits you and your body. And if you try it and you're like, oh my gosh, bring it back down to the gentler option, okay? Mountain pose, hands open, sides of the body, turn slightly forward, shoulders stack over the hips. Hips, knees, toes, same line facing forward. Inhale, breath, sweep your arms up and over the head. Let your gaze follow the fingertips. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, breath, reach high. Exhale, breath, forward fold. This first time, forearms to the knees. Now, you may see other people, if you're here practicing with me in person, that are taking this in another option. Don't feel like you have to go there quite yet if you're not sure. If you are sure that you want the other option, take it. Right knee lifts any amount. Exhale, breath, bring that right knee back down. Inhale, breath, left knee lifts. Exhale, breath, bring that back down. Inhale, cobra. Hands to knees, pull the heart forward, tip the tailbone up, lift your gaze. Exhale, breath, back to mountain. Inhale, circle the arms up and over the head. Exhale, breath, hands, heart center. Inhale, breath, reach. Exhale, breath, fold. Inhale, breath, right knee lifts any amount. Exhale, breath, down. Inhale, breath, left side. Exhale, breath, down. Cobra, hands to knees. Pull the heart forward, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, breath, back, mountain. Inhale, breath, big reach. Exhale, breath, hands, heart, center. Inhale, breath, reach. Exhale, breath, fold. Maybe this time it's a bigger reach to the toes. Remember, if you are not supposed to be looking at the ground, don't be looking at the ground. If you are, you can let your head hang. Inhale, breath, one more time, right knee to the chest. Exhale, breath, down. Inhale, breath, left side. Exhale, breath, down. Hands to knees, cobra. Pull the heart forward, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, breath, back to mountain. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up and over the head. Exhale, breath, hands, heart, center. Inhale, breath, reach. Exhale, breath, fold. All right, building on. Inhale, right side, knee pulls up. Maybe there's an extension of the leg this time and the arms over the head. Exhale, breath down. Inhale, breath, left side. Exhale, breath down. Think about sitting really tall when you do that. Inhale, cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, breath, back to mountain. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up and over your head. Exhale, breath, hands, heart, center. Inhale, breath, reach. Exhale, breath, fold. Inhale, breath, right side. Build yourself tall and long. Exhale, breath down. Same thing here, left side. Tall and long. Breath in. Breath out. Hands to knees, cobra. Inhale. Exhale, breath, mountain. Inhale, breath, circle, sweep the arms up and over the head. Exhale, breath, hands, heart, center. Inhale, breath, reach. Exhale, breath, fold. Inhale, breath, right side. Stack the shoulders and the hands. Extend the leg. Exhale, down. Inhale, left side. Stacking and lengthening. Exhale, breath down. Hands to knees, cobra. Pull the heart forward, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, breath, back, mountain. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up and over the head. Exhale, breath, hands, heart, center. Let's go one more round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right side. Exhale, breath down. Fill the body with breath. Exhale, breath down. Cobra, pull the heart forward, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, breath, mountain. Inhale, breath, circle, sweep the arms up and over the head. Exhale, breath, hands, heart, center. And here, let's pause. Let's bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Soften the gaze or close your eyes. Feel your heart beating beneath your hand. Feel the breath moving beneath the other. Notice the energy that you just built and created within your body. Allow the breath to travel in and out through the nose. Allow yourself to listen to your body. When we listen, our body speaks to us. It lets us know what it needs. We just have to be open to listening and then to acting. We often deny ourselves rest. Sometimes we deny ourselves movement. It's really important that we give our body what it needs at this time. Allow your hands to come back and rest at the lap. If the eyes are closed, flutter the eyes open. Let the feet walk just a little bit ahead. And we're just going to go into toe lifts. So lift your toes, lift your toes. Time for me to move. Nobody can see. Lift the toes, lift the toes, lift the toes. Good. And if you're at home or here and your shoes are off, try to spread your toes in your socks. It's a little too cold yet at this point to have socks off, so spread those toes wide. Good. Now walk your feet back in and underneath of the knees, and let's go calf raises or heel lifts. Now remember, if we're looking to build strength, we could always put a little extra weight here at the knees, give the body a little bit of resistance, stack of books, cat, dog, loved one, a couple of bricks. I saw a video and they were using concrete blocks, and I'm like, use what you've got. Use what you've got. Not for chair yoga, it was some other wild fitness thing I was watching. Good, all right, let's march. Now, when we march, we think about the hinge at the hips, just like you're an action figure and you have a couple of movement points. Shoulders, hips, head can turn side to side and up to down. So we're just thinking about that, that little lift from the low abdominals. Nice and strong and tall. We're trying not to let the upper body move with us. We're really trying to focus in on letting the hip do the work. Good. Now, let's bring our arms down alongside the body. We're going to keep marching. Okay. And we're going to try to go opposite arm, opposite leg. So again, just like you're an action figure and you're trying to create, you guys know what stop motion films are? Like they use figures or clay, and they move the clay figure one spot and they take a picture. And then they move the clay figure, take another picture. So think about that. Like as you lift, maybe just give yourself a little moment to pause. Right? That sounds harder than it is. It is harder than it sounds. I also drank a really big smoothie on the way here. I don't recommend eating or drinking smoothies right before practice. At least not a heavy meal. Some little fruit or a little snack would be great. I was running late. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and done. Good work. One extra one. Okay, let's take this into a seated pigeon or a seated figure 4. Now, if you've had a hip replacement, this may not be okay. Option 1 is going to be A-okay. Option 2, probably not okay. So if you have had a hip replacement, I want you to stay at that gentler option, okay? We're going to take right ankle across the left ankle, and we're going to let the knee drop open. Okay? And if you have not had a hip replacement and you feel like you have the mobility and flexibility within that right hip, we're going to bring the ankle up and cross the left. So figure 4 or seated pigeon. Okay? And again, we're not judging. We're being very compassionate with our body. If we need to stay here, we're staying here, and we're not thinking any sort of way about it, okay? Take a full breath in, and on your breath out, wherever you are, I want you to think about pulling your sternum forward and thinking about the hinge that's happening in the hip. Okay? Breath in and breath out. A full breath in and a breath out. One more here. Inhale. And on that exhale, gently rise back, shoulders stack over hips. Okay, if you're all the way up, step that foot down. If you're crossed, let's step it a little wider and just give it a little windshield wiper movement. Nice work. Good job, body. Thank you. All right, let's go other side. Let's step that right foot back in. And remember, anytime we come back to center, we want to try to keep hips, knees, toes in the same alignment. Now, left side may be completely different than the right side. Maybe you had a hip replacement on your left, but not the right. So we can cross the ankle at the bottom. This is the gentler option. This is where we're going to stay if this is where we need to be, and we're doing that without judgment, without criticism. We're just doing what our body needs it to do. If it would be okay and feel like you could do it, we're going to bring that left ankle up and cross the right knee. All right, we're going to keep those shoulders stacked nice and tall. A full breath in. And on the breath out, little lean forward, lengthen out. Think about keeping the spine long and tall. That feels really intense in my hip today. How's that feeling for y'all? Is it feeling pretty good? All right, 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Good. Inhale, come back up, shoulders over hips. We'll release that left ankle down, step it a little wide, a little windshield wiper. Okay, let's walk that left leg back in. We're coming back. Everything's all lined up. Let the right leg extend in front of the body. We're going to take a hamstring stretch. Now, before we go hamstring stretch, let's do a little ankle mobility. Point your toes towards me, and then flex your toes back towards yourself. And point your toes again, and pull them back. Good. One more time. Point and flex, and then soften your ankle, and maybe pick your leg up and give a little ankle roll. And we'll go clockwise, and then we'll go counterclockwise. Good. All right, and then let's reground the right heel. Okay, here we go. Both hands to the left thigh. Full breath in, breath out. Just draw the heart forward. Good. Inhale, breath. And exhale. A full breath in. And breath out. Very nice. Inhale, come back, stack the shoulders over the hips. We're going to do one more thing with this leg here. Now, I want you to notice where your hips are right now. Could you shimmy that right foot over a little bit without your hips making a huge shift? We want the hips to stay pretty general in that neutral position, and then just move that right leg over. So this is going to stretch the outside line of our right leg. This feels really good, but also really intense. So maybe be a little gentler with yourself here. Big breath in, breath out. Same thing, that little hinge forward. Good, breathe in and breathe out. Now you could do this seated on the floor if you thought you wanted to, or in bed. And what you would do is cross your ankles in front of you and just hinge forward. Okay, this is a little softer option. Okay. All right, let's come back up and just step that right leg all the way out to the side. Okay, so this might be familiar for most of you. We're going to do our little femur roll. So we think about this big thigh bone. This is our femur. And we're going to imagine we have a cast on our leg all the way up to our hip crease. What I want you to do is just tip your leg in and out. So we're tipping the toes so they're rotating forward and back and forward and back as much as you're able to. We're keeping everything as stationary as we can, and we're just moving that thigh bone in the hip socket. So when we make this movement, what it does is it tells our body, hey, she's working, he's working. We need some extra synovial fluid in here. So we get a little flush of new fluid in there, and that provides lubrication and nutrients to help keep our bones and our joints healthy. Okay? Good. All that anatomy and physiology is paying off. Also, y'all, I made the dean's list. So proud of myself. Thank you. Very nice. Okay, pause. We are going to keep that leg extended right where it is at. Optional to bring the inside edge of the foot down, but you could keep this up. It's just not going to feel quite as intense. So we're going to stretch the inside of the thigh. So if we go inside edge of the foot down, we could just be like on the blade of the foot, or you could roll the whole foot down flat on the floor if that feels like it's available. Okay. Both hands are going to be on the left thigh. We take a big full breath in. And on that breath out, we're going to start to hinge forward. Remember, these are gentler options, so it may not feel quite as intense. I always get told, though, that these chair classes surprise people, that they start to really feel some muscles that they didn't necessarily know they had working for them. So I always love to hear that little bit of feedback. A nice big breath in. And a breath out. Good. Inhale, start to come back up. Bring your right leg back in. Let's see if I can remember what we did now on the other side. All right. That's always the challenge, even though I've wrote it all down. Left leg in front of the body. All right. Let's do some little toe and ankle mobility. Point your toes and flex the toes. Point the toes away, flex the toes back. Point, flex, soften, roll the ankle, and then switch the direction. Good, good, good. All right, we're going to replant that left heel down to the ground, legs nice and long and strong. Both hands on the right thigh. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Just pull the heart forward. Breath in. Keep space between chin and chest, so we're keeping a nice long line from the crown of the head all the way to the seat. One more breath here. Let that breath go. Good. Inhale, stack shoulders over hips. And now we're going to just slip that little left foot right over into the right lane of our body without shifting the hips much at all. If we can do it without any shift, fantastic. All right, here we go. Big breath in, breath out. We fold forward. And again, this is a very gentle and soft IT band stretch. You're going to feel more sensation if later today you're getting ready to cozy up into bed, or you're sitting out on the couch, throw the legs out in front of you, cross the ankles, and then do both sides, and you're going to get more of an intense stretch on the outside line. Okay. If you have any sciatic issues, this can be a nice stretch for that. Inhale, rise back up. Good, let's pick that leg up, take it all the way out to the side. All right, we got rid of the cast on the right leg, now we've got the cast on the left leg. Fully cast it up from hip all the way down to toes. And we're just gonna tip the toes forward and back and forward and back. So we're rolling the femur now in the left hip socket. Hip bone's connected to the thigh bone. So I'm gonna get a little bit of extra synovial fluid in there, flushing it out, bring in some new nutrients. The last couple of weeks at school has been lots of review, and I'm like, I've forgotten a lot. I really let my brain just kind of turn off a little bit over Christmas break, and I shouldn't have. I should have left it on full go. All right, let's pause here. Okay, now we're gonna slip that foot down to the mat, down to the floor, and we're coming to the inside edge. If it's available, we'll let the whole sole of the foot come down to the earth. Hands on the right thigh, breath in and breath out. Hinge forward. And if you feel like you're slipping off your chair, because I just felt like I was coming off my chair, please readjust yourself. Don't fall off your chair. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, one more time. Breath in and breath out. Good, inhale, come back up nice and tall. Step your left leg in. Chair in a chair, Utkatasana, fierce pose in our chair. We're gonna come out so that we're really seated on the edge of the chair. The knees are ahead of the hips, the toes are straight ahead. The hands are going to come to the sides of the body, and I want you to go palms facing your body. Okay, the goal, we're hinging at the hips, we're keeping lots of length in the spine. You're keeping your gaze straight ahead. Inhale, breath, reach forward like you're handing me a box. Exhale, breath, bring the hands back inside of the body, shoulders restack. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, come back. Try to keep your feet flat on the floor. I'm up here lifting my toes like a crazy person. Try to push down through the feet. Bring the hands back alongside the body. Try to keep equal space between the knees and the shins and the ankles. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come back. Now we're gonna add in one more little oomph here, okay? If you want the jump or option, you're staying right here. If you want that little oompha, when you get out here, I want you to squeeze your booty like you're trying to come up out of the chair, okay? That's gonna activate the glutes and all of those muscles in the back line of the body. Inhale, sweep forward, little oomph, squeeze the glutes, come back. Inhale, reach, pause, give a squeeze. Exhale, come back. Good, one more time. We're getting swimsuit ready. Reach it forward, squeeze those glutes. Exhale, come back. I am dreaming. I am so ready for summer. Inhale, reach, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, come back. All right, this time, let's come up to stand. I should have had another cup of coffee. Inhale, reach, and stand. Whew. Now, before you do anything, take a little march, because we did not march before we came up. So let's just take a second, march in place, let the blood start to move back into the body. Let's come to stand behind the chair. I don't know, sometimes I feel like coming to see you all and spending time with you, I just get so excited to be here and spend time with you. I'm just like, my little energetic heart is like, let's go. If anybody ever rewatches these videos someday, I love you. Okay. In our chair pose or in our mountain pose behind our chair, we're gonna take our, oh, I have hula hoops written down. We're gonna hula hoop. Okay, bring your hands to your hips. Anybody shovel at all this week? Did you do a little bit? Okay, so your low backs are probably just maybe the easiest little bit cranky. If you had good posture and you've been coming to yoga, you're probably not extra cranky. Wink, okay. So we've got a nice wide stance with the feet, hands are on the hips, and I want you to visualize you've got your hula hoop and you are hula hooping, okay? It doesn't matter what direction because we're going them both. I want you to really think about, as you come to the front though, you press your hips forward, squeeze your glutes. That's gonna give a nice stretch down the front line of your legs. And we don't often stretch the front lines of our legs, so this is a really nice way to do that. Keep your knees a little softer. And then let's switch directions, go the other way. Squeeze at the front, Feel that nice stretch down the front of your thighs. A little squeeze at the front. If anybody's watching this. This will be what Facebook chooses. It always does. It picks the worst frame to be like suggested video for you. You should watch this. I really hope it's that screen. In this day. Let's come back. Let's do our kitchen sink stretch. Now, if you are a glaucoma patient, and this poor gentleman in the back, it's his first time here, welcome, it's me. Kitchen sink stretch. If you are a glaucoma patient, if it is not safe for you to look to the floor, please don't look to the floor. Keep your vision over the back of your chair. We're going to bring the hands to the back of the chair and just start to walk your feet back. What we're doing is really creating a long line from your hands to your shoulders to your hips. Bend deep into your knees as much as you need to make this create this shape with the body. If you're that glaucoma patient, you're looking over the back of your chair at me. If you are not a glaucoma patient, you are letting your head hang down between your biceps. You're extending out through your sits bones. It might also be this screen that would be the one that it would show. Nice big breath in. And a breath out. Can you see why this would be called kitchen sink stretch? If you put your hands like at your kitchen sink and you're like, oh, Thanksgiving dinner dishes, and you just need, like, your back is mad and it needs a stretch. Let's walk your feet back, lengthen out. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Start to walk your feet back in, nice and slow, rise back up. Ooh, all right, let's take a calf stretch. We're going to plant our right foot close to your chair. Step your left foot back as big of a long step as it feels good in your body. Okay? We want to keep a bend in the front knee. So your front knee is mostly over your front ankle and your left leg is long and the heel is elevated from the earth. Okay? If you would like a little bit of movement here, our right arm is going to move. We're going to inhale, reach that right arm up, both legs straight, and exhale. Send your left heel down towards the earth as the arm floats down. Inhale up, exhale down. Focus on your left calf muscle where we're stretching. Inhale, last one. Exhale, bring it down. Let your right hand come back to the chair. Send all of your attention and your focus into that left calf muscle. Feel it stretch, feel it lengthen. Breath in and breath out. Full inhale and exhale. Good. Push off of your left toes, straighten both the legs. Now we're going to snuggle our right foot straight behind our right foot. So left foot right behind your right foot as if you were walking on a tightrope. Okay. There's a little bit of space there, maybe 8 inches, maybe 10 inches. And then turn your left toes out so that they point to about 11 o'clock on a analog clock. Good. Now, we're going to get short, like we're getting a picture taken. You're in the front row. And now we're stretching the soleus. So 2 calf muscles. We have the gastrocnemius, which is the big beefy one that we can see there. It looks like a hot roll. The one right behind it looks like a pancake. It's flat. And we also need to stretch that one. So when we do this little squat, that's going to help us stretch into that. Okay? Take a breath in. And a breath out. One more full breath in. And complete breath out. Good. Push down through both feet. Step the left foot in to meet the right. Nice and tall. Perfect. Right leg, step it back. Nice big step for your body. Left knee is mostly over the left ankle. I just caught myself kind of leaning forward. If you catch yourself doing that, please pull your chair back so you can stand really tall. We want to try to keep the shoulders over the hips. That right heel is elevated from the earth. Right hand at the chair. If you want a little movement, left hand can move. Otherwise, that more gentle option is going to be both hands on the chair. Inhale, straighten both legs, reach the left hand up. Exhale, bring it back down. Right heel extends to the earth. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower that right heel down. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, soften back down. Left hand can come back to the chair. Please take all of your attention to your right calf muscle now. Imagine it stretching. Feel the fibers. Breath in. And breath out. One more time. Inhale. and exhale. Good, push off your right toes, straighten both legs, step your right foot in. All right, we're imagining we're on a tightrope. Left foot's in front, right foot behind. We have about 8 or 10 inches between the feet. Turn your right toes out so they point to 1 o'clock. Squat down. Good. A full breath in. And a complete breath out. Full inhale. And exhale. Last breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Come to stand. Step your right foot back in. All right. Let's everybody turn towards your right. Okay. And we're going to have then our left hand on our chair. And let's do a little practice here, one-legged balance. Okay. I want you to start here by just shifting weight from left foot to right foot to start. So just start to shift weight, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Just rocking here from side to side. And maybe you even start to pick up the foot that's non-weight bearing as you shift. Because if you think about it, when you're walking, you're balancing on one foot, unless you're shuffling doing the Tim Conway walk. Okay, let's shift our weight into our left foot. Start to come up onto your right tippy toes. Pause right here. Find a focal point, out the window, inside the room. Take a breath in and a breath out. With your next inhale breath, start to float your right knee up and exhale. Maybe your right hand floats to your chest. And maybe you start to just let your left hand rest at the back of your chair. Or if you're feeling super confident, maybe your left hand also comes to your heart. Very nice. And let's return back, both feet nice and flat to the floor. Okay, let's everybody turn other direction here. All right, and let's settle right into the weight in our right foot. Start to come up onto your left tippy toes. Okay, let's take a complete round of breath before we start to balance. Inhale, breath through the nose. And exhale, breath. Good, this next inhale, left leg becomes light. We start to float. Exhale, stay here. Maybe the left hand starts to float to the heart, and maybe the right hand just hovers over the back of your chair. Or maybe it also starts to float to the heart. Find your focal point. Keep the focus. Keep your breath. And then gently return back, both feet flat to the floor. Very nice. Let's everyone come back, stand in front of the chair. Let's do 3 Utkatasana, 3 chair poses before we come to sit. Hips, knees, toes. Okay. Hands at the sides of the body, palms face the thighs. Inhale, breath, we reach forward and we squat down. Exhale, come back. Inhale, squat and reach. Exhale back, very nice. One last time, inhale. Now, if it feels available, you could just go ahead and take this right to the chair. If not, please move in a way that supports your body. We're coming back, very nice. Good work today. Let's let the hands rest at the lap. Shoulders settle over hips, knees ahead of the hips, toes straight ahead. Maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes. Find a full breath, breathing in through the nose, breathe deep into the belly. And a big open mouth sigh. Let your feet rest heavily onto the earth beneath you. Allowing the hands to relax in your lap. There's nothing left to do. No place to go. This is a moment of rest. And let's return again to the practice of Ahimsa. Notice how your body feels after moving and breathing together. And whatever you notice is enough. There's no right or wrong experience here. Practicing non-harming can be as simple as allowing yourself to rest without judgment. Allowing your breath to be natural. Allowing your body to be exactly as it is today. As we close our practice, I always offer to you the metta prayer. And today I want to offer it just a little bit differently. And I want you to repeat the words after me to yourself in your mind. And I want you to speak them to your hearts. May my life be free of struggles. May my heart be open. May my body be filled with joy and ease. May I share my gifts with the world. And may I know my truest self in this lifetime. Today, as we prepare to close our practice, let this notion of Ahimsa be with you. Not as something as you have to do, but as a way of being kind to yourself and to others as you move throughout your day. Let's bring our hands together at heart center, letting the thumbs come to rest at the heart space, bowing our heads. And here we find gratitude. Gratitude for this practice, to you for making space in the day, and for this opportunity to come together in community and collective energy. Let's take a clearing breath together before we close. A full inhale through the nose, and a big exhale with ease. And to you I say, may your life be free of struggles. May your heart be open. May your body be filled with joy and ease. May you share your gifts with the world. And may you know your truest self in this lifetime. Together we say, Namaste. Please be kind. That's all I ask. Please be kind. Thank you guys for being here today. And thank you for watching at home.